So variables in Python. So computer programs use variables to remember important information like items in a shopping cart, prices, and discounts. So the line of code below tells the computer to store information in a variable called item. So bí mo ṣe ń sọ tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀, nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ni pé ẹ lè compare kí ló ń porúkọ ẹ̀ variable, the way tí a ṣe ń create variable sí the way tá a ṣe ń ṣí bank account. And one of the things tá a máa ń ṣe tá a bá fẹ́ ṣí bank account ni pé a gbọ́dọ̀ supply orúkọ tí account yẹn máa jẹ́, àbí? So ní Python too, a gbọ́dọ̀ supply orúkọ tí variable wa máa jẹ́. So in this left hand side nsìn, wọ́n supply orúkọ tí variable máa jẹ́. Kí ná porúkọ ẹ̀? Item. So mo fẹ́ kẹ́ visualize ẹ̀ báyìí pé nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ni pé okay. Mo fẹ́ kẹ́ visualize ẹ̀ báyìí pé ẹ jẹ́ n draw text box. Nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ni pé mo fẹ́ kẹ́ visualize a variable as an empty box.
Okay.
Tó ń dúró pé kẹ́ store nǹkan kan sínú ẹ̀.
Okay.
So now ẹ fẹ́ fún box yìí lórúkọ. So orúkọ box yìí tán fún un ńbẹ̀ yẹn item. Right now kò sí, nígbà tí ẹ declare yẹn ẹ ti fún un lórúkọ but ó empty, ẹ tíì store nǹkan kan síbẹ̀. So but tẹ wá sọ pé item is equal to bike. Ẹ get? So nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ni pé ẹ mú bike tó wà on the right hand side, ẹ wá store ẹ̀ sínú item. So item tó jẹ́ pé ó wà empty tẹ́lẹ̀ kò wà empty mọ́. Ó ti ní nǹkan nínú. So nǹkan tó ní nínú nsìn òun ni bike. Ẹ ti get? So bí mo ṣe fẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ rí nìyẹn. So now wọ́n béèrè wọ́n ní what gets stored in the variable? Bike. Ó yá ẹ jẹ́ á click check. Ẹ jẹ́ á click continue. Wọ́n ní variables have a name and a value. To create a variable, you just need to give it a name, then connect the name with the value you need to store using the equal sign. Wọ́n ní complete the line of code to create a variable named what? Company. So kí la kàn máa ṣe? A máa gbé equal sign yẹn síbi bí. So back to nǹkan tá a ṣe lẹ́ẹ̀kan. Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ni pé mo ń bọ̀. So nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ni pé mo ń bọ̀ ná ẹ jẹ́ lọ insert. So ẹ jẹ́ á draw text box. So there is another empty box. Wọ́n pe orúkọ ẹ̀ ní kí ni?
Company.
Kí ná wá store sínú ẹ̀? Google. Ẹ ń follow àbí? So ẹ jẹ́ á ṣe check. Now wọ́n ní let's create a variable that stores the user's device type. So a máa ní device equals iPad. So likewise kí ni nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ níbí bí? Nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ni pé ń bọ̀. Nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ni pé wọ́n tún create another empty box. Wọ́n pe orúkọ ẹ̀ ní kí ni? Device. Kí ná wá store sínú ẹ̀? iPad. So nǹkan tán store sínú ẹ̀ is iPad. Ṣé ẹ̀ ń follow? Okay. Mo ti already explain concept yìí tẹ́lẹ̀. You can think of a variable as a box that contains some information. Use the image to identify the elements of the variable. Oh, variable name city, kí ni variable value London.
Okay, lower.
Ẹ lọ sókè kẹ́ ẹ wò náà. Ẹ lọ
Okay.
sókè, ẹ lọ sókè, òkè lọ́hùn pátápátá. London, ẹ rí nǹkan tán store sínú ẹ̀, tán láwọn fẹ́ store sínú ẹ̀.
Okay.
London, àwọn fẹ́
Okay.
store sínú box tó
Okay.
jẹ́ city.
Okay.
Using our own analogy, you can think of it this way. Using my own analogy tèmi ń ṣe, ṣé ẹ̀ ń follow? It will look something like this.
And another box. So it outside the major city.
Exactly.
Inside the major London.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni. So we have another box.
This city.
Just city.
Inside the London.
Inside major London. Okay, good. So check. Only the line of code below tells the computer to store the information in memory. Identify the elements of the variable. Variable name
is message.
So variable name is what?
Message.
And kí ni variable value?
That's
level up. Okay. Only true or false, computers can store and recall information faster and more accurately than humans. I think that's true. Continue. Computers programs can store information like the user's progress in a video game with what? Variables.
Variables like a storehouse.
Exactly. Now, humans use code to give instructions to computer, but the code will also be read by other humans and future you. What will you name a variable that stores a user's account balance?
Balance.
Yeah, what that means is that you should ensure that you give meaningful names to variables to reflect their purpose. Now, it all starts with a line of code. Create a valid line of code that stores the value designer into a variable named what? Job. So we are going to say job equals what? Designer.
What did they put job already?
Now, complete the code to display designer on the screen. Amalo print. So we use print. So print. Yes, mother.
I'm thirsty.
You are thirsty. You want to drink water?
And there's water. Sorry.
Okay. Okay, so let's continue. What's the instruction we are giving to the computer? So what are we doing here? Is it?
We created a variable and then we are assigning and we are storing, or let me say, we are storing the phone inside
a string variable, a string constant called phone inside of it. So which one of them will be the correct option among the three?
What is the instruction we are giving to the computer?
Pick an option among the three.
Add phone to the shopping cart, to display text on the screen, to store to this one.
No, to store a value in a variable. I said it before that an equal sign.
What instruction?
Oh yeah, emu fry.
I don't know. What instruction? What is the instruction we are giving to the computer?
Yes.
Okay. It's not what the computer will display. Okay. But you get it.
To store
a value.
Yes.
In variable. Okay.
So now lesson takeaway. Continue, please. Amazing job. So we learned that computer programs use variables to remember important information. A variable has a name and a value. You can create a variable by connecting the name and the value with an equal sign. So in the next lesson, you will start writing and running real code. Okay, let's practice against the AI. What are variables used for? To store information. Identify the elements of the variable.
Variable name
is car.
Is car.
Variable value.
Variable name is car. Variable value is Audi.
Is Audi. So let's click check.
Variable name.
Let's continue. What will you call a variable that stores information about the user's device type? This question has to do with about assigning meaningful names to variables.
Okay. What will you call a variable that stores information about the user device type? Okay, each device balance. Device in Mamu.
Yeah, go ahead and choose device. That should be the right stuff. What's the instruction we are giving to the computer?
To store the value jacket in a variable call item. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. That's it. Now, complete the code to store a section for a digital newspaper. Create a variable that stores the user's favorite music category.
Category is equal to das.
Create a valid line of code that stores the value Italy in a variable called country.
Country equals to
So we're done with that. So let's look at text data. Let's look at text data. Learn. A large amount of information out there consists of text. A piece of text data is called a string. In this lesson, we are going to work with text data. So strings in Python need to be surrounded by quotation mark. Create a valid Python string. So we have to end it with a string. Okay, starts with a quotation mark, ends with what? Quotation mark. Now, we use quotation marks to tell Python that we are working with a piece of text data. Strings can be stored in variables. Complete the line of code to store the value apple in the variable. So we are going to say company equals How do you know that a variable is storing a string? It's because the value is surrounded by quotation marks. Now, in Python, both single and double quotes can be used to define strings. It doesn't make a difference whether you choose double or single quote marks. The quotation marks just need to match. Complete the line of code. So you have month equals April. Since it starts with single quote, you must also end with single quote. A computer program is made of lines of code. You can add as many lines and variables to your code as you need to give the computer instructions. Complete the code below to create two variables. So we want to create two variables. The first variable is movie. The second variable is director. So we are going to store Jurassic Park inside the first variable. We use equal sign to store to store the stuff. So what it means is we are storing Jurassic Park inside movie. And then we are going to store Steven Spielberg inside director. So now, the code in computer programs is made up of statements. Statements are the instructions for the computer to follow. Now, real programs can contain thousands of statements. Now, what's the number of statements in this code?
1 and 2.
Ibukolo, how many statements are there in this code? Are there 1 or 2? 2. So the first statement is book is equal to Harry Potter. The second statement is author is equal to J.K. Rowling. Okay? So there are 2 statements. Okay? Now, the print statement is the easiest way to send a value to the screen. Now, if this statement, if it is executed, what will be the value displayed on the screen? It will be Iceland. So you are telling the computer to print as Iceland. So it will display Iceland on the screen. Ready to write, run, and test real code. Tap to open the code playground, then hit run to give instructions to the computer. So let's click run, click to run. So you click. So print, welcome to the code playground. So if you run it now, are you following? Okay. So welcome to the, so suppose I want to write, Ibukolo has daddy. Are you following? Okay. So I will come here now. I will change this. So Ibukolo, what I'm going to replace welcome to the program with I am Ibukolo as daddy. Are you following? I'm Ibukolo as daddy. Let's run.
Why did you put S-E-T?
It's called apostrophe. Okay. It's advanced English stuff that you're going to put there. Okay. Are you following? Yes. So that's how you are going to put it. Are you following? Okay. Suppose we want to print another. Okay. Suppose we want to say, Pastor, you put your name now. Print my name is. So I'm going to say my name is Benjamin. Then we want to print another statement. We'll go to the next line and say print. I am from Nigeria. So we want to print 2 statements on the screen. So you click run now. So you can see we have to, where we run it now, what does you see? The first line says, my name is what? Benjamin. I am from where?
Nigeria.
Good. Does it make sense? You know, those 2 print statements actually do it. Abi? Okay. So much for this. Let's go back to what we are doing. We can close this for now.
How do you go back to where we are coming from?
We can just close this. I should not have done that. No. Go back. Let me just sololine.com. So introduction to Python. That's where we are. So we are on text data. So we've done all these ones, isn't it?
Yes.
This one, let's just finish it and move. Company equals Apple. Abi?
Oh, so tired.
What did you do that?
But you learned something, Ibukun. Are you not learning something? You are learning some things, isn't it? Okay, we've done this. So what is this instruction? Okay, just go back to the other one.
This one.
Click on it. Let's see.
Okay.
Wait. No, go back. Go back.
All right, you just click this back arrow.
Click back. Let's see. Yes, thank you. What is this? Okay, click continue. What's the instruction this code is giving to the computer?
To display the value of screen, to create a variable.
So what do you think it's doing?
To display a value on the screen.
No.
Okay.
For you, if you want to display a value on the screen, you must see print.
Okay.
Since print is not there, and I said earlier on that anytime you see equal sign, it means you are storing a variable. You are storing value, and that means variable creation is happening on the left, and then on the right hand side, you are storing the value from the right hand side inside the variable that you created on the left. So the answer is to create a variable. Now, drag and drop to reorder the three statements and declare three variables in the following order. First, you declare book variable. Next, you declare author variable. Then you declare what? Country variable. So if you are declaring book variable first, that means we take it to the top, isn't it? Then author variable, we take it to the second one. And then country variable last. So you have book equals Harry Potter, author equals J.K. Rowling, country equals UK. So what means we take Harry Potter and we store in book. We take J.K. Rowling, we store in author. We take UK and we store in country. So what's the lesson takeaway? We learned that a piece of text is called a string, and string requires statements, and the print statement is used to send value to the screen. So in the next lesson, we are going to learn about other types of data. So now it is time for numerical data. Yes, mother.
I got to finish everything.
No, not everything today.
You don't want us to finish everything. You don't want your daddy to finish everything.
Okay, now let's look at numerical data. So numerical data is information that comes in the form of numbers. So in this lesson, we are going to learn how to deal with numerical data in our computer programs. So let's click continue. So numerical values can be directly stored in variables. Complete the code below. We want to store 25,000 inside population. So box, just a bit of reminder. So what we want to do is, like I said earlier on, we want to create a box. We want to create a box called population. We want to store 25,000 inside this box called population. And call it.
What did you put it there?
Oh. Okay, so we'll call this population and store 25,000 inside. So we have equal sign here. This time around, there is no quote because this is numerical data.
If it is string that we use quote,
yes. Select the name of the variable that is storing a numerical value. Is it book that is storing numerical value or pages? Is pages.
Yes.
Pages is stored, book is storing text data because it has quotes. Okay, so let's go ahead. Numerical data should not be in quotation marks. The line of code below declares a numerical variable. Points equal 500. Identify the elements of the variable. So variable name should be what? Variable name will be points, and variable value is what? 500. So let's check. Now, what does the print statement do?
It displays a value on the screen.
Exactly. Now, you can send a number to the screen with the print statement. You just need to insert the number between the parentheses. Remember, no quotes. Okay? So we want to print 280 on the screen. So we do something like this. Now, you can perform match operations with numbers. Each print instruction will add a value to the screen in a new line. Run the code below to see the results of the calculation. So let's click to run. So we are doing 7 plus 3 here. We are telling the computer to do 7 plus 3 on the first statement, okay? On the second statement, we are telling the computer to do 10 minus 5. That's subtraction, isn't it? Then, multiplication, times. What is 2 times 1?
I don't know.
It's 2. 2 times 2 is 4. That's multiplication. So multiplication, we are on the third one, we are doing multiplication. Then there's also what we call division. We are doing division, 10 divided by 2. Are you following? So if I ask you to divide 10 oranges into 2 equal parts, what will be the answer? Suppose me and you, we want to share 10 oranges equally. How many oranges are you going to get?
Wait, can I start again?
Me and you, we want to share 10 oranges. Suppose I bought 10 oranges now. And I don't want to cheat you. So you want to drink the same number of oranges as me. I have 10 oranges. So how many will you drink? Am I going to take 6 oranges? Then you take 4 oranges. Or you take 5, I take 5.
I take 5.
Yeah, because 10, if you divide it into 2 equal parts, it will be 5, 5. Do you get it? So 10 divided by 2 gives you 5. Okay? So let's run this statement. So the first statement says print 7 plus 3. The second statement says print 10 minus 5. The third statement says print 5 multiplied by 3. The fourth statement says print 10 minus 2. Then 10 divided by 2, sorry. Let's do one more statement. Let's print 1 plus 2.
Plus.
That should be 3, isn't it?
Yes.
So let's run all of them. So you can see 7 plus 3 gives us 10. 10 minus 5 gives what?
5.
5 times 3 gives what?
50.
10 divided by 2 gives what? 5.0, which is 5. 1 plus 2 gives what?
3.
Does it make sense?
Yes.
So let's click continue again. Now, what symbol is used to multiply numbers in Python? Of course, the symbol that is used to multiply numbers in Python will be this asterisk. Now, you can use the print statement to check that the computer is following your instructions. I will soon go now. You can use the print statement to check that the computer is following your instructions. Both lines of code below will make the computers perform the calculation. Which one will show the result on the screen? Yeah, because it has a print stuff. Now, a variable's name is used to identify where that information is stored. You can access the value that a variable is storing by calling its name. When run, what will this code show on the screen?
It will show print budget will show 200.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to show 200 because on the first line you are storing 200 inside the box called budget, and then you are printing the content of the box of budget. So which is 200. How do you access the value stored in a variable? By calling the variable name. So the fragment below is a prototype for a new video game. Which two values will this code display on the screen? So let's dissect the code together. So on the first line, we are taking a string called magician and we are storing it inside a variable called username. On the second line, we are taking an integer value called 50 and storing it inside a variable called points. And then on the third line, we are taking another integer variable, which is we are taking an integer constant called 50 and storing it inside a variable called points. Then on the third line, we are taking another integer constant called 3 and storing it inside lives. So you have print username and then print points. So it will show, it's supposed to show magician and 50.
Yes.
So it's supposed to, it's supposed to be magician and 50. So lesson takeaways. So we'll stop here today. So we learned that numerical values can be stored in variables. You can access the value stored in a variable by calling its name. And numerical data should not be surrounded by quotation mark. So we'll stop here today. So we can